The moment I stepped out of my car, a wave of nostalgia hit me. The smell of fresh balloons, the faint aroma of baked cake, and laughter echoing from the dimly lit hall where all my closest friends were supposedly gathered. Tonight was supposed to be a celebration, a surprise thrown by my best friend, Alex. He had insisted that I didn't peek, that I should trust him completely, and I had. I smiled to myself, thinking about the countless birthdays we had celebrated together, the mischief we had gotten into, and the bond that felt unbreakable. Little did I know, tonight would test that bond in ways I could never imagine. As I pushed open the door, the room erupted with cheers. Surprise! The confetti rained down, friends clapped, and Alex came forward, grinning like a child. For a moment, I felt that warm, familiar rush of happiness. But then, as my eyes swept across the crowd, a strange chill ran down my spine. There were people I barely knew, or thought I didn't know, and they weren't smiling. They were watching me. Observing. Calculating. Alex handed me a drink, his grin unchanged, but his eyes flickered, almost imperceptibly. I tried to shrug off the uneasy feeling. Maybe I was overthinking. After all, it was my birthday, and I was surrounded by people who claimed to care. Then I noticed the first clue. On the table, amidst the carefully arranged decorations, lay an envelope addressed to me. My name was written in bold, deliberate handwriting. Curiosity overpowered caution. I tore it open. Inside was a single card with a cryptic message: "Some secrets are better left buried. Are you ready to dig?" I laughed nervously, thinking it was a joke. But as the night progressed, more subtle signals emerged. Messages whispered behind hands, glances that lingered too long, and even a toast that felt pointed, to honesty, even when it's inconvenient. My stomach churned. I began to piece together a horrifying realization. This wasn't just a birthday party. This was a trap, carefully orchestrated. I retreated to a corner, heart pounding, as the pieces of the past began to collide. Years ago, I had made choices, mistakes I thought were long buried. And it seemed Alex, the friend I trusted with my life, had discovered them, and tonight, he was ready to reveal everything. My pulse raced. Every laugh, every casual conversation I had ever shared with these people now seemed loaded with double meaning. Every compliment and smile a carefully placed blade waiting to cut. Then the second envelope appeared. This one contained a photo from my past, a secret I had thought no one remembered. My hands shook as I unfolded it. And then came the whispers. "Remember this? Do you think he'd still get away with it?" My blood ran cold. I scanned the room, searching for an ally, but everyone's eyes were fixed on me. Every friend, every acquaintance, a pawn in a game I didn't know I was playing. Panic threatened to take over, but deep inside, I knew I couldn't let them see me break. My dignity, my reputation, everything I had built over the years, was on the line. I needed a plan. I couldn't confront them blindly. They had set the stage perfectly, and I had walked right into it. Then, in the dim light near the bar, I spotted my chance. A projector had been set up, probably to display a video montage meant to humiliate me, revealing my past mistakes to the entire room. My mind raced. I needed to flip the script, turn their game against them, and do it cleverly. I walked over, pretending to toast Alex, and with a steady hand, I swapped the USB stick meant for the projector with one I had secretly prepared earlier. Inside my stick was a montage of their misdeeds, carefully documented over the past months. Hidden conversations, messages, and actions that no one had noticed. My pulse steadied. The trap was about to become theirs. "Let's see some memories," I said, smiling, handing Alex the remote. The screen flickered, and suddenly, the room was filled with undeniable evidence of betrayal. Whispers of lies, secret meetings, manipulations. Shock spread like wildfire. The tables had turned. Faces that had been smug and confident now went pale with fear. Alex's grin faltered. "What? How?" he stammered. My smile widened. Calmly, I took a sip of my drink and said, "Sometimes, the hunter becomes the hunted." The room fell silent, tension so thick it could be cut with a knife. Friends who had seemed loyal were now scrambling to cover their own secrets, realizing that their plan to expose me had spectacularly backfired. In that moment, I felt a surge of power, not cruel, but righteous. I didn't need to yell or make a scene. Silence and evidence were more powerful than any confrontation. I turned to the room and said, "We all have pasts, mistakes we regret, but tonight proves one thing: trust is fragile and betrayal has a price." I took a step back, feeling my dignity intact, as the room absorbed the weight of truth. Some friendships dissolved instantly, others were left questioning their choices. And me? I realized that the ties that truly mattered, honesty, loyalty, and respect, were worth more than any temporary embarrassment or manipulation. As the night drew to a close, I quietly left, the confetti still drifting in the air, the remnants of a party that had turned into a battlefield of minds and emotions. Outside, the cool night air embraced me like an old friend. I smiled to myself, a mix of relief and pride coursing through my veins. To anyone watching this story unfold, life will throw traps your way, carefully crafted by those you trust. Secrets have a way of surfacing, and sometimes the people closest to you are the ones who test your limits. But remember, intelligence, courage, and calm can turn the tables in your favor. Guard your dignity, choose your moves wisely, and never let anyone dictate your worth. May you always find the strength to navigate life's surprises, the wisdom to read between the lines, and the courage to protect yourself when the world seems ready to betray you. Stay sharp, stay honest, and above all, stay true to yourself.